Douglas. Both teams are highly touted, highly ranked. When you look at the polls that came out today, Tony Wise, Bryan Station ranked number 2 in the state behind St. X. Douglas number 4 behind Gray Crossing. So 3 of the top teams in the state right here in the 11th region.
Yeah, Gary, this matchup with Bryan Station and Frederick Douglass, they actually could meet 5 times this year. Now, I think Great Crossing will have a big say in whether they can see each other in the regional finals, but they play tonight.
Yeah.
They play January 14th at the end of January. They could see each other in the district final and in the regional final. So this could be the first of 5 great battles between these two 42nd district rivals.
I did some digging today. Well, actually, I talked to both coaches, Champ Ligon and Murray Garvin, the coach of Frederick Douglass. And Bryan Station, they're a little bit more than Amari Owens. He's the leading scorer in the region, 27 points. But Tayson Adams, he doesn't get enough credit for what he does for Bryan Station.
I only saw Bryan Station play a couple games last year, and I watched their first-round game against Great Crossing in the region. And, with 2-3 minutes to go, that game was very much in doubt. And I was really impressed with him. And he's obviously put in some work. Based on what I saw last year, he's put on a little bit of weight. He's gotten a little bit thicker, as has Owens. And so, all that hard work that young man's put in is really starting to pay off for him.
And Antoine Burton and Rashad Faulkner are the other starters. They're big guys, and they are intimidators that block a lot of shots and get a lot of rebounds. Now let's look at the Frederick Douglass. John T. Jenkins is the guard. He averages over 15 points a ball game, and all Coach Garvin said is everything I've asked him to do, he's done it this year.
Yeah, he's kind of stepped up with Boone gone and Chenault gone. He's kind of stepped up into the limelight, and he and Surratt, both average 15-plus points a game. So that's a pretty good 1-2 punch for Douglass.
And the reason I mentioned Surratt is because he told me that DeMarcus has had the flu. That's why he didn't even play in the first game here in the tournament. He may play some today. He played early in the semifinal. And listen to this. With the flu, he's about 80%, 12 points in the ball game.
Yeah,
Surratt's a talent.
Yeah, I think he's gotten much better from last year too. He's always been a solid player, but he's starting to put up numbers against the real good teams. And both these teams have played excellent schedules to get them ready for March.
Well, let me tell you about Tate Robinson. Not only can he shoot, but he's a coach's son. His dad coached with Mark Pope at the University of Kentucky, so he's from good stock. And the Coach Garvin coaching the college ranks last year against his father, and he said Tate Robinson's a fine shooter and a fine young man, and he got lucky this year when they moved to the Frederick Douglass neighborhood.
Well, he's getting 9 points a game, Gary, and he's shooting 27 of 53 from the three-point line, 51%. Now, usually when you see somebody that high in high school this early in the year, they've probably taken 9 or 10 three-point shots, but this young man has taken 53, and he's knocking down 51%. So I'm excited to see him play too.
Well, when we see this game, we'll watch it, but Amari Owens will try to make a track meet out of it. He'll drive it down every time and try to draw the foul, but that's one thing that young man does not do well is if you want to pick apart his game is shoot free throws.
Well, you know what, Gary? When I'm digging in the stats and trying to figure out these two teams, you really look at them, and Frederick Douglass has 6 guys that average over 6 points a game.
Yeah.
And with Jenkins and Surratt, 15.2 and 15.9 a game. But then you flip over to Bryan Station, it's Owens at 27, Adams at 10, Faulkner at 9, and only Justin Richmond is the only other player that averages over 6 points. So it's a tale of two very different teams. And I believe, the question becomes, does Frederick Douglass's balance, is that the key factor? Or does, in a close game, Amari Owens, who is the best player in the game, does he take over for his team?
Well, the only guy we haven't talked about at all from the starters, Logan Busen. He's a guy that has the highest IQ of anybody from both ball clubs. As I talked to Coach Garvin, he said his IQ is off the charts. He's going to Bucknell to play football, and he was a star linebacker on the defensive back on the football team. He's also a great basketball player. he doesn't miss. He was 3 for 3 the other night in the ball game.
Well, you know, on a funny side, Gary, Logan Busen, I swear I think he's been at Douglas for about 8 years.
I think he has too.
It seems like we've been talking about him for 7 or 8 years, but he is such a great two-way athlete, and so many guys are specializing now, and he's one of the perfect examples that neither sport really affected the other. As a matter of fact, I think you play multiple sports, it makes you better in the sport that you want to specialize in eventually as you get older. But Logan Busen he was a perfect supplement.
Yep.
With Boone and Chenault. He's a perfect supplement on this team with Jenkins and Surratt. He doesn't have to score. He's one of those guys you look down, though, Gary. He's got 8 points and 6 rebounds, and you barely remember any of them. So, he is very much the glue guy. He's a senior, and so, he's how do I put it? He's the valuable guy on the team.
And there are 2 guys, as you mentioned, that aren't even on the squad this year. Mello Boone transferred to Woodford County, and Avion Chenault is a football star. He's going to play Division I football, so he's not on the squad. And if you throw those 2 in this Douglas lineup, man, they'd be loaded. They're loaded now.
Yeah, that I'm not sure that would be fair. But with that being said, for having coached for 25 years, sometimes more isn't always better.
Yeah.
Would they be talented from top to bottom and hands down outside of maybe Gray Crossing better than everybody else in the state? You can make that argument. But, sometimes the team will overtake the individual. And I don't mean that as a negative towards Boone or Chenault. But, Douglas is off to a great start. They only lost to Great Crossing by 8, 2 or 3 weeks only after they got their football kids out. So they're going to be a major factor come March.
And their other loss was to St. X, who's ranked number 1 in the state.
Who drilled Great Crossing. So
yeah. Bryan State's got 1 loss, and that's to an out-of-state team from Arkansas.
So they're undefeated in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah. So it's elected that Bryan Station, Frederick Douglass, will step out, come back, give the starting lineups here on PrepSpin after this timeout. Welcome back to Lexington Catholic, the White Grier Maggard Tournament. It's Frederick Douglass and Bryan Station. The starting lineups tonight will look like this. DeMarcus Surratt will start tonight. He's had the flu, a 6'4" junior that's averaging 16 points a ball game. Logan Busen, 6'2" senior. And it will be Tate Robinson, 6'1" junior, and the other guards are going to be Jonte Jenkins and Travis Jones. Jenkins averages 15 points a ball game for Frederick Douglass. That's a starting lineup for the Broncos, for the defenders of Bryan Station, it will start Justin Richmond at a guard. I tell you what, Tony, Richmond gets in there and rebounds a lot for his size.
He sure does. Don't let his size fool you. I remember him from last year. Very scrappy kid. He's one of those key cogs for Bryan Station outside of Amari Owens.
The other starters are Tayshawn Adams. He's tough. Makes a lot happen. 6'4", with averaging 12 points a ball game. Antoine Burton. He's a big guy, 6'4", 6'5". He blocks a lot of shots, rebounds, and scores at will when he wants to. Rashad Faulkner, he's the other starter. He is 6'4", 6'5", and I tell you what, there's some pretty good-sized dudes on these basketball teams.
Yeah, you look at Bryan Station with, Burton and Adams. Man, they are long. The guards are not very tall, but they're thicker. They put on weight. They look great. But Burton and Adams are just long.
Douglas comes in with a 9-2 record. Bryan Station 11-1. And there's your last starter, Tate Robinson. He's 6'2", 6'3", and I tell you what, he can flat shoot the ball. He's on the season shooting about 50% from three-point.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. 27 or 53 on the year in only 11 games.
I'm looking at this crowd. This crowd's still filing in here, Tony Wise.
I'm not sure we have enough seats.
Fire Marshal might get on us tonight. We're just about set for basketball. Frederick Douglass, Bryan Station going right to left as you look out from the PrepSpin camera. And it'll be Surratt. He will go up against Burton, Antoine Burton. Officials step in, and there's the tap. Surratt gets in the backcourt to Jenkins. Jenkins drives down to the basket, puts it up, and a follow, no good. Then another follow, up and in, and that's a basket made by Jones. Travis Jones on the third attempt.
Yeah, good activity for Douglas. You'd like to see that early in the game, especially the fourth game in 4 days.
Mari Williams comes over to Burton. Burton looking for cutters, gets it down low to Richmond, and he turns and throws it up and draws a foul. He'll shoot free throws, and the foul went on Surratt. And I'm looking at Surratt, and he looks like he's a little laboring a little bit from that flu.
Yeah, that stuff will knock you out. But I really like what Bryan Station did. They took all the bigs away from underneath the basket, got a sweet little curl cut, and a great pass by Burton there.
And here is Justin Richmond, the senior guard, and free throw is no good. So it's 2-0 Douglas on a stick back by Travis. Was that Travis Jones or was it Jenkins?
That was Travis Jones.
Travis Jones, I thought so. Missed both free throws. Rebounded by Busen. Gives it over to DeMarcus Surratt. Surratt working down. Is he related to the Surratts that played at Lafayette?
Yes. Younger brother.
Younger brother. Spinning at the top. Gives it out top to Tate Robinson. Drives down, lays it up and in. He's a little floater, about 5-foot floater. That's a nice shot. Good touch by Robinson. 4-0 Broncos.
Yeah, didn't like Bryan Station's energy there on defense. Very lazy closeout.
Well, you wonder,
Richmond.
Fourth game in 4 days.
And the way these two teams get up and down, both average over 70 points a game.
Amari Williams throws it up and in. He's fouled. He'll get the soup and the sandwich.
Travis Jones is a thinner young man, but he's got some length on him, but he's not very strong compared to Owens. And if they don't give him some help, you're going to look at foul trouble, and Owens will have a field day down there.
Yeah, 2 points for Owens now. Missed the free throw. There's
0 for 3.
Busen with that hustle, and he gets it in backcourt to Surratt. Looking for some help in the middle. It comes now to Busen. Over the right side to Jones. Here's Tate Robinson, three-pointer, and it goes over the backboard. Tate Robinson will not hesitate at all on that jumper from anywhere.
Well, the whole bench stood up, so that tells me all I need to know. They expect him to make it. Bryan Station 0 for 3 from the free throw line. They only shoot 60%.
Yeah.
Will that bite them?
That might be their Achilles heel. Coming down is Amari Owens. Driving to the basket, throws it up off balance. There is Burton, and they kick it out. There's Richmond from 3. Back of the rim, no. And tapping it back out. And they give it up now. Richmond goes to the basket, gives it to Adams. He lays it up and in.
Yeah, great extra pass there by Richmond. He probably could have scored, but made it a much easier basket.
So Jenkins will work it across for Frederick Douglass. The Broncos, coached by Murray Garvin. He's done a good job building this ball club. Jenkins down the lane, right side, missed it. Rebounding, coming down with it was Tayshawn Adams. Gives to Mari Owens. Owens thought about the three. To the basket, throws it up, and he's fouled. That's something he does very consistently. Takes it to the basket, draws a foul.
Gary, he is taking 54.4% of his team's free throws. So he has tells me two things. One, he's very aggressive. He has the ball in his hands a lot. Interesting down on the other end where Bryan Station has Antoine Burton on Jenkins, giving some extra length to make things a little bit harder for him. Now, that opens up underneath the basket by taking some size away, so that's an interesting matchup.
The free throw is up and in for Amari Owens. The average is 27. You know, he leads the 11th region in scoring. He's one of the top scorers in the state.
Yeah, he's so fun to watch.
He makes both of them and look pretty that time.
Yep. Much better stroke than the first time.
6-4. Bryan Station regains the lead for the first time, and they get it back to Jonte Jenkins. Works it down court. Working on him, Tayshawn Adams.
They switched Adams and Burton, so maybe they're just keeping fresh people on Jenkins. We'll see how that plays out.
Top to Surratt. Surratt works it down left side. Hangs, no good, and he draws a foul. That foul is going to go on Tayshawn Adams.
I thought that was a pretty good call.
They called it on Burton.
Yeah, Burton had pretty good position, and anytime you come down on the shot, whether you make contact or not, which I thought he did, that they're going to call that.
Surratt can make the free throw. DeMarcus Surratt, 6'4", junior, averaging 16 points a ball game. A great athlete. Free throw good on the second try. 6-5, and we'll have checking in the ball game is Dakari Talbert. He would have been a starter. He was listed as a starter tonight, but he's in the sixth man. So Talbert in there, sophomore. Owens between the defenders. Comes over to Richmond. Fakes a three. Goes to the basket. Hangs. No good. Rebounded and put up by Tayshawn Adams. He thought it was fouled, and there's going to be a bump in backcourt. And this foul will be on Rashad Faulkner.
That was kind of funny because Richmond had such a great shot fake. There was nobody in front of him, and he pulled up. I think he was expecting some help, and none came, and he got kind of wrong-footed and took a 6-footer instead of getting one more dribble to the basket.
Surratt, a three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Marietta Owens. Mari Owens crossing over to the basket, loses control of it, and it goes back to Bryan Station. I thought Owens might have lost that one out of bounds. James Clary set to check in for Douglas. He comes in for Busen. 6-5. Bryan Station on top. Richmond tries to pass it down low, and coming out with it, that's going to be Talbert, Dakari Talbert. Gives over to Robinson, and a three, good. Tate Robinson.
Sure does have a pretty stroke.
He sure doesn't hesitate. He just fires. He catches and shoots.
Shooting 51% from the three-point line.
Yeah, we mentioned that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do much hesitating
to
either.
the basket. The basket will count for Adams, and a foul, and he'll go over the line. It's 8-8, and that three-pointer by Tate Robinson was his second. We'll check the stats after the quarter from WO Stats are right to our left here. Kenny Bourne and company. 8-8 is your score. Back and forth we go, Tony.
Yeah, Douglas ran and jumped Owens to get it out of his hands, and Bryan Station immediately went on the attack with Adams with a great finish at the basket.
Adams knocked down the free throw to complete the three-point play. Here comes Talbert. Dakari streaking down, hanging, put it up, no good. Rebounded by Clary, missed it. Coming out with it is going to be Burton. He gives to Amari Owens, and he's going to be fouled as he went to the basket. Dakari Talbot was there. I think he got him.
I thought Talbot got him twice coming down the court. He's so fast, ran right out of the foul. This game is not devoid of pace or athleticism.
And
So
Owens
be a fun night.
knocks down a free throw. So he's made his last 3 after he missed his first 3, right? He missed a couple of free throws early on.
When you're taking 54% of your team's free throws, you better knock them down.
That one rolls off. Rebounded, stuck up, no. And a stick back by Owens. 12-8.
You know, Burton and Adams are so active on that glass.
Surratt gives to Talbot. Dakari comes down the right side. Over here's a three-pointer. Knocked down by Jenkins, Jonte Jenkins. 12-11. Mario Owens to the basket. Hanging, no good. Taps up, no. Rebounded by Clary. Gives to Talbot. Dakari Talbot works it across. Boy, he's quick, isn't he? All the way down to the basket. In trouble. Kicks it over right side. Jenkins a 3. Back of the rim, no. Rebounded by Surratt. Blocked away and picked up by Station. Lead it out to Owens. Mario Owens drives down. Hesitates up and in.
Man, those bigs for Bryan Station, Burton and Adams again, they're just so active and so long. What a great block.
Clary has it knocked away. That was knocked away by Faulkner. Recovered by Burton. I tell you, they're active, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Amari Owens, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. They're up 14-11, Bryan Station. Give over to Richmond, right side. Down low it goes to Burton. Looking back to Richmond. He's going to drive down, give back over to Burton. Up and in off the window.
Douglas not doing a very good job of closing out when the ball goes inside and out and giving up tons of driving lanes.
You notice from up here, though, they're trying to spread the floor. They're trying to spread it out a little bit, get some spacing going, aren't they? Jenkins with it out top, goes to the basket, hangs, throws it up, draws a foul on Burton. That's number 2 on Burton. Antoine Burton picked up 2, so Champ Ligon will probably be thinking about getting somebody in from him.
You know, Gary, I'm curious to see if Douglas stays man-to-man. Bryan Station, over 70% of their shots are from the 2. They're not a great three-point shooting team. Wonder if we'll see a zone tonight and let them shoot over the top.
What's this crowd in here look like, Tony? It looks like a regional final, doesn't it?
Sure does.
It's wrapped around. They're down in the main enders, or can't find seats, or they're all over there. I mean, it's just completely packed in here. 16-12 was the free throws up and in by Jonte Jenkins, a 3.3 GPA student. And he missed it and pulled down, rebounded, coming down with it. Jordan Axum, who just checked in the ball.
It was a hockey substitution there at the last free throw.
Yeah. Axum hands it back to Owens. Owens comes over to Axum out of the left side to southpaw, air ball. And rebounded there by Robinson. Working down low. Nice move, but he missed his shot. Surratt gets a rebound, and he puts it up, and it's blocked. Coming away with it. Working down out the window, no good. And Busum just snatched it away from Vaughn, the big guy.
That's what the weight room and football do for you right there.
And Johnson has it tapped away by Owens, but it goes back to Douglas. And Douglas will get Terry Kaysen, 6'5" in the game, and coming out of the game will be Surratt. And Kaysen played the other night at 12 points.
Yeah, Gary, both these teams are making lots of substitutions. They both play 8, 9, 10 guys regularly. So the hardest job I think we'll have tonight is keeping up who's in the game and when.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Robinson gives it up over to right side to Dakari Talbot. Back it goes to Jenkins to Busen. Out to Tate Robinson at the free throw line. He backs it out. Gives it over left side to Dakari Talbot. He's working on Owens. Look at that matchup. Look at those hands. Knocks it away.
Quick. So quick, Gary. They're so quick. I thought Talbot did a great job of protecting it. It just took a split second for that ball to get exposed. And active hands.
16-12. Station on top. Got to watch those toes out there, Talbert. Almost stepped on the midcourt line. Talbert looking. Get up to Casey. Back it comes to Talbert. Kaysen. Dakari Talbot with the left hand. Nice move up and in. 16-14. Mario Owens quick on quick. He was down court so quick I didn't have time to look up and see him.
Great move by Talbot. He got the switch with the big, got Girton on him and blew by him going to the left. Station should. I'm assuming they're going to go for one shot here, and they get the ball.
Number 2 ranked Bryan Station, 11-1, and number 4 ranked Douglas behind Greg Crossing St. X. Stripped away, but he gets it back. Fawn, big Brunley Fawn. Owens to the basket, throws it up. No, rebounding. Lead out, it goes to Talbot. Talbot on the left side is going to back it up and knock down to 3. Says, take that. 17-16, Douglas. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Mario Owens loses control, diving forward. It's Jenkins, and let's see a jump ball called, and the bench is clear.
There was no need for Douglas to come out like that. No, those are 2 kids, Jenkins and Owens, going at each other. There was nothing to that, just great hustle.
Talbot was taunting Bryan Station. Tim Liggins said, how about a technical on that? He's out on the court. He wanted a technical on Talbot. Talbot just went over toward the bench and said, come on, you better bring more than that. 17-16, lead for Douglas. A good ball game here at Lexington Catholic on the White Greer Marion Holiday Tournament.
Sports injuries shouldn't keep you out of the game. If you're an athlete or weekend warrior with an injury that's keeping you from doing what you love, UK Healthcare Sports Medicine is here to help you get back on your feet. We offer leading-edge surgical and non-surgical techniques, customized for your needs, goals, and sport. UK Healthcare Sports Medicine, the official healthcare partner of the KHSAA and today's football finals.
We understand an upside-down world.
Bryan Station starts with basketball second quarter. Comes over to Faulkner, left side, gives out top to Burton. Burton with 2 personal fouls in the first quarter. Gives it out top. Stolen away from Ashford. And trying to throw it down low. Picked up by Busen to the basket. No, he draws a foul. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's the 3rd foul. It's going to be called on Antoine Burton.
That's a play you'd like to see Burton. You know, he's trying to make a play. You can't fault the kid for that. But that's one of those. It's like, hey, man, that 2 points, that's not worth that foul. We need you on the floor. So
that's right. 17-16, Douglas. Free throw, no good.
Now, see, Gary, but here's now I know it's December 30th. However, you would like to see Bryan Station clean that end of the quarter up. You have the lead, you have the ball, and you get the ball first. Instead, you take a poor shot. They hit the 3 to take the lead.
And that one's banked in there by
yeah, and
Busen.
then you turn it over again at the end of the quarter. So, really, you know, it's things like that. You and I have talked about it for years. We've seen it for years. Those end of quarters, beginning of quarters will change a game immediately.
Monte Ashford's in there running the point. Mario Owens gets a breather. Richmond out there with Brunley Fawn. He comes over to Adams. He gets it now to Richmond. Back it goes down to Adams on low block. And he rose no good. Rebound by Busen. Busen in trouble. Dribbles out. Gives it Tate Robinson. Now they're trying to get it across the line. Long pass goes right side, and there's going to be a foul called as Terry Kaysen took it to the basket, and he was fouled. Let's check the lineups for you. For Bryan Station, you got Monte Ashford in there. They got coming back in as Mari Owens. Ashford going out.
For Bryan Station, you've got all the starters except for Brunley Fawn is in for Burton, who has the 3 fouls.
Yep. And that's DeMarcus Surratt on the right side, working the ball on Owens. Looking for a pick, gets a pick, slides right, throws up a jumper, knocks it down. That's about an 18-footer, 20-16. Douglas with the biggest lead of 4.
Love the patience by Surratt. Went back and forth across the screen until he got some clearance and knocked down the jumper.
Owens crossing over, spinning, and a fadeaway short. Rebounded by Adams, sticks it up in that. He's a force.
I mean, he is so active.
Houston has a 3-on-2. Comes over the right side to Kaysen. He gives it out top. Comes over to.
I'll tell you what, Gary, what I've noticed here is when each team breaks the pressure, it is in attack mode.
Robinson got it and cut off. Gives it back to Busen. Busen drives to the basket, puts it up, no, and he's fouled. That's a late call, but Busen will take it. He's got 1 point at the free throw line. He's going to draw a couple more foul shots. 20-18. Back and forth we go, Tony.
Hey, I don't apologize for bank free throws ever.
No.
But we'd like to see a little bit purer stroke here from Mr. Busen.
Got a great crowd, and here's capacity crowd. Busen misses the free throw. He's 1 for 3 now. Logan is going to Bucknell. He's a straight-A student. And I remember his brothers played at Lexington Catholic. Great football. Brett was a great football player. Busen misses the second. Here comes Owens down the right side. Got Adams with him. Adams says, wait a minute, I'll come over and pick for you. Owens says, I see you're picking. And Kaysen jumps out on him. Fawn, big 6'5" Fawn is in there, 55 for Station. Looking for Richmond, can't get it to him. Owens gives it over to Rashad Faulkner. Faulkner now top of the circle, gets it back from Owens, drives down, and has it blocked away. Lead it out, and it's stolen back by Richmond. He drives down, comes over to the left side, no good by Faulkner, and stolen back by Surratt. He's going to come over to and a shot put up and in by Tate Robinson.
Great hands by Surratt to strip Owens, and another great give to finish for Robinson.
There's a shot put up, won't go for Owens, and that's going to be out of bounds off of Bryan Station. Well, they were doing what any good team will do. Our ball, give us the ball, our ball, but they didn't get the call. It goes to Douglas, who has a 4-point lead, 22-18.
They're trying to get the ball into Adams, but with Burton on the bench, Busen is just parked in right in the middle of the lane.
Yep. There's Surratt, throws it up and in, and they're going to count that, I believe. It looked like an NBA continuation shot, but
it's a little generous, but
it's going to count.
It's the week between Christmas and New Year's. That'd be a little giving, right?
That's right. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Tony.
Yeah, same to you.
Merry Christmas. I hope you had a very good Christmas.
Yeah, great time with the fam.
It is. It's nothing but family time, isn't it? I see it's Brian Milam, new member of the YMT Hall of Fame, is down there in the end zone from KYT. And the free throw is up and in. 25-18 on a three-point play by Surratt. We got Richmond. Also in the game now is Girton. Christian Girton is in the game for Fawn. And you got, of course, Tayshawn Adams with the ball is Mari Owens. Comes over to Girton. Girton looking to bounce, throws it away. Here's a lead out to Kaysen. He's going to drive down and dunk it. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, he did that fairly easily. That was not a struggle to get up there and punch that one.
Timeout as Champ Ligon finds himself down by 9. He wants a timeout. 4:22 to go, and the crowd. What would you say? Is it a Douglas or Bryan Station crowd?
I think it's about split. And there are just a lot of basketball fans here.
Yeah.
We'll watch a great game. Gary, once again, it was 16-14 at the end of the first quarter.
Yep.
And then Bryan Station kind of made a mess the last 30 seconds. And ever since then, it's a 13-2 run by Frederick Douglass.
Wow. So Douglas trying to blow it open, but they got a 9-point lead. And we know how explosive Bryan Station can be, so 9-point lead is very precarious. Gary Ball with Tony Wise and King of Stream, William Moorfield, our leader down here, King of Stream. And
you know, Gary, the problem I see with Bryan Station moving forward with Burton on the bench is, like I just mentioned, Buson's going to plan inside the lane. So you take, not only do you take Adams out of the game, you take driving lanes away from Owens and Richmond because Buson's just plugging up the lane. There's nowhere to go.
Ashford. Faulkner goes over to Girton. Back to Faulkner, lets it rip, and in front of the rim, no. And rebounded, coming out of the woods, Jenkins. Gives it, and another dunk thrown in by Kaysen.
Man, the great thing about Douglas that I've noticed, all 5 guys can handle it.
There's what a move by Maury Owens. Takes it to the basket, put it up and in. Kaysen. Over he comes, and there's a shot by no good.
What a rebound.
By Jenkins, no good. And coming out with it, Bryan Station. Boy, Jenkins had a good rebound on the Dakari Talbot shot.
Now, again, to clarify what I was saying, I mean, I don't think that Coach Garvin wants Logan Buson, as good a player as he is, handling the ball a lot. But when you have 5 guys that can get it and go, especially in high school, you get so many easy baskets, and that is where Frederick Douglass is just killing Bryan Station right now.
Free throw up and in for number 5. His name is Amari Owens. He averages almost 28 points a ball game. That leads the 11th region and is one of the top scorers in the state. Coming back into the game is Monte Ashford for Bryan Station. They also go back in is Jordan Axum to go with Tayshawn Adams, Owens, and Richmond. 29-21. Free throw is short, so Station's cut it to 8. Here comes Dakari Talbot. Down the lane, looks out top. Jenkins fires a 3. No good. Rebounded by Adams. Gets it to Owens down the right side, crossing over. Gives it back to Tayshawn Owens. 3:05 to go in the first half. The lead is for Frederick Douglass, 29-21.
Slowed the pace down a little bit. Gets good. Everybody gets a chance to catch our breath
so.
and their breath.
Adams has it on Buson, and he throws it up down low and knocks it in as he fades away and hit about a 10-footer.
That's just a little bit better offense because I thought Buson did a great job of keeping him from getting to the basket, but just made a good shot.
DeMarcus Surratt working on Richmond, looking for a pick. Surratt gives it to Logan Buson.
Station went with a little smaller guy on Surratt, and Richmond kind of got up under him a little bit there.
So we're going to have a timeout. Who called that one, Tony? So Douglas called that one. 29-23. Douglas on top. We'll be back on the PrepSpin Game of the Week here on PrepSpin, the leading digital streaming network in the state. Douglas, as Talbot drives down, gives it Busen, back to Robinson. He just checked back in, tries to give back to Busen, goes through his hands, out of bounds, turn it over to Bryan Station. We're going to get back in the game for Douglas. Will be Travis Jones, and also back in the game will be James Clary.
Great job by Axum there, chasing Robinson off the line and make him make a decision. Because don't let that kid get his feet set. I've seen enough already.
Owens works it across. Catholic played a defense against Bryan's, the 2-1-2-2-1 zone. They give it out top to Axum. He goes to Amari Williams. Amari Owens, check it. And the right side to Richmond. Goes it up, no. There's
wow.
A battle, and Adams won that battle.
Just ripped it away from three guys from Douglas. What a great rebound.
Tayshawn Adams. We said before the game he was really one of the key players, didn't we?
Just go get it. He reminds me of the old-time Louisville players for Denny Crum. Just go get it off the offensive glass.
29-25. The lead is for Douglas. Bakari Talbot dribbles it down on to Richmond. Hands it over to his teammate, Tate Robinson. And backdoor, the pass shot put up and in by Jenkins.
Yeah, great set there by Douglas. Cleared out the right side of the floor. Overplay. Jenkins, easy back cut for the basket.
Axum, Jordan dribbles down low to Adams. Powers it up, no. And good defense there by Clary.
Excellent defense. You'd like to see Adams use his left hand there.
Kick it out, Talbot. Over to Robinson, a three, and that's an air ball. Here comes Amari Owens. To the basket, hanging and putting it up in the air.
I don't know how you stop that. Once he gets that head of steam going.
You don't stop it. 31-27.
Okay. Douglas in the same situation Bryan Station is. Murray Garvin, too experienced.
Bakari Talbot, and he hit off his knee.
Yeah, Coach Garvin is not real happy. He was screaming one shot, and Frederick Douglas just made the same mistake Bryan Station made in the first quarter.
Yeah, here's Owens. Gets it for Bryan Station, 9 seconds. Crosses the timeline, takes it down, and he hangs and throws it up and block, and they blocked it, and they said out of bounds off of Station.
They got a great crew on the game tonight. I think they might have missed that one. I think they got a little hand before the ball.
That's what Amari thinks.
Anybody wearing green in here is what they think.
Get it into Clary, and he throws it up three-quarter court, and he banks it in, three-quarter court. It banked off, came off the rim, and then went back, and then hung up, and then fell through, Tony.
Yeah, you don't ever see that for such a long shot. It almost had a little backspin, like a little pitching wedge from about 140 yards.
And that gives Frederick Douglass a 34-27 lead on that three-pointer by Clary from three-quarter court at halftime. 34-27 Douglas. We'll be back and give you the first half stats and talk about the first half game, second half, after this on PrepSpin.
Sports injuries shouldn't keep you out of the game. If you're an athlete or weekend warrior with an injury that's keeping you from doing what you love, UK Healthcare Sports Medicine is here to help you get back on your feet. We offer leading-edge surgical and non-surgical techniques, customized for your needs, goals, and sport. UK Healthcare Sports Medicine, the official healthcare partner of the KHSAA and today's football finals.
Follow up and in, and that's a basket made by Jones. Travis
Get up and down. Both average over 70 points a game.
Amari Williams throws it up and in, and they give it up now. Richmond goes to the basket, lays it. Talbert gives over to Robinson, and a three, good.
Yeah,
Three-point
line.
We mentioned that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do much hesitating
To
either.
the basket, stuck up, no, and a stick back by Owens. Comes down the right side. Over here's a three-pointer, knocked down by and picked up by Station. Lead it out to Owens. Amari Owens drives down, hesitates up and in to Richmond. He's going to drive down, get back over to Burton, up and in off the window. Talbert on the left side is going to back it up and knock down to three. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Amari Owens loses control, diving for it. It's Jenkins, and let's see a jump ball called. And the bench is clear.
There was no need for Douglas to come out like that. No, those are two kids. Jenkins
looking for a pick, gets a pick, slides right, throws up a jumper, knocks it down, and a fadeaway short, rebounded by Adams, sticks it up and a shot put up and in by Tate Robinson.
Great hands by Surratt.
Yep, there's Surratt, throws it up and in, and there's a lead out to Kaysen. He's going to drive down and dunk it. And rebounded coming out of the Woods Jenkins. Gives it, and another dunk.
5 guys can handle it.
There's what a move. Adams has it on Busen, and he throws it up down low and knocks it in. Throws it up, no. There's a battle, and Tate Robinson. And backdoor, the pass shot put up and in by Jenkins.
Yeah, great set.
Here comes Amari Owens to the basket, hanging and putting it up. Get it into Clary, and he throws it up three-quarter court, and he banks it in. Three-quarter court. It banked off, came off the rim, and then went back, and then hung up, and then fell through. Tony.
Yeah, you don't ever see that for such a long shot. Welcome back, Lexington Catholic High School, where Frederick Douglass leads Bryan Station 34-27 at halftime of the championship game of the White Greer Maggard, what has become a wonderful Christmas tournament. Great job of Lexington Catholic by getting great talent, great individual talent, great teams. I'm trying to find out, Gary, before we get into the stats, has there ever been an all-Lexington City final in the Catholic Christmas tournament?
I don't think so. I mean, last year it was Lyon County. They
right.
won it. Lyon County's been in it. North Lyle with a Reed Shepherd was in it a few years ago. And
right.
I tell you what, this may be the first all Lexington final.
So we will have a Lexington City champion, the Lexington Catholic White Greer Maggard Christmas tournament. Anyway, statistics, as we talked about, Gary, at the beginning.
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers do not lie. Bryan Station led by Amari Owens. He has 14 points on 11 shots, 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Also goes with 6 rebounds. Tayshawn Adams on 5 of 7 shooting with 6 rebounds. He has 11, and Antoine Burton has the only other bucket. They've only had 3 guys score. 2 guys have scored 25 of their 27 points, and they're 0 for 4 from the three-point line. Frederick Douglass, we talked about balance. Their leading scores are 7, 6, 6, 5, and 4. Just exactly as the stats say out. Tate Robinson was 7. Jawante Jenkins and DeMarcus Surratt both with 6. Dakari Talbert with 5. Terry Kaysen with 2 monster dunks with 4. Rebounds, Logan Busen with 4. No shock there. And DeMarcus Surratt also had 4. If you look at the stats, Gary, everything is very, very close. Bryan Station's 11 of 28 from the field. Frederick Douglass is 13 of 27. Bryan Station 5 of 10 from the line. Frederick Douglass 4 of 9 from the line. Rebounds are tied at 18 apiece. 9 offensive rebounds for Bryan Station, 6 for Frederick Douglass. The key stat, as we've talked about, Bryan Station does not shoot the ball great. 0 for 4 from a three-point line. Frederick Douglass 4 for 10 from a three-point line, including the 70-footer at the buzzer that we just witnessed by James Clary.
What a shot it was, too.
Yes. Back in and out. I've never seen a 70-footer do that before. Bench points. Frederick Douglass off the bench, 12-0. Frederick Douglass has only 2 guys that have played more than 12 minutes. 5 guys have played over 10, whereas Bryan Station has 3 guys that have played over 13 and a half minutes. So we'll see if all that substituting that Douglass is doing, if they're not going to wear Bryan Station down here in the second half.
Well, that was kind of Mario Garvin's theory, is he said, I just don't know, 4 games in 4 days, if they got a lot left in their tank. We'll find out in the second half what they got left.
Somebody from Bryan Station besides Adams and Owens have got to step up and score. You know, a guy like Rashad Faulkner, he shoots 42% from the 3 on the year. Got 2 good looks. He missed them both. So somebody is going to have to step up and help out Adams and Owens if Bryan Station is going to come back and beat Frederick Douglass.
Well, this is Gary Ball. That's Tony Wise, my color analyst, and William Warfield, the king of stream on the color. We thank you for being with us tonight on this high school basketball game, and what a game it is. Number 2 in the state of Kentucky, Station. Number 4, Douglass. St. X is 1, and Gray Crossing's 3. 3 of the top 4 teams in the state are in this region.
And only one of them's going.
Only one of them is going to Rupp Arena.
Doesn't seem quite fair, does it?
Nope. Surratt brings it across on to Richmond, gives it up over to Jenkins. Working down with it is Travis Jones, and it's back tapped out of bounds by Owens. Bryan Station looks a little angry to me.
Yeah, well, you know, a big key here, can Burton play smart and stay, because he's so aggressive, can he stay out of that foul trouble and not pick up that 4th?
Bad pass and bounds to Busey, gets it back, kicks it out. Tate Robinson, the 3, good.
He is always ready to shoot. Great shooters, if you're watching out there, young kids, always be ready to shoot.
Gives a 10-point lead. That's the biggest lead of the ball game. 10 points to Douglass, 37-27. 7:25 in the third quarter. Over to Richmond. Gets a pick from Burton, and the ball knocked away. It's on the floor, picked up, led out to Surratt, drives down on Owens, and it's blocked, and it's going to be fouled by Amari Owens. Surratt looks like, I mean, he's still playing pretty well, Tony, but he does look like a little bit of under the weather.
Yeah,
Timeout.
That flu bug is
a bad deal.
Yeah, especially during the middle of basketball season.
Yeah, and I had it a couple weeks ago. I know it's a bad deal. We'll be back, 7-11 in the third, 7-11, 37-27. Douglass on top of Bryan Station. We're back here at Lexington Catholic, the White Greer Maggard Holiday Tournament. Gary Ball, Tony Wise, 37-27. Surratt will shoot free throws for Frederick Douglass, and free throw up and no good.
Surratt's a great free throw shooter, too. On the year, Gary, he shoots 76-77%.
Well, he hadn't had the flu yet this year, but he does coming in this tournament. Second one is good.
That looked like a 77%.
38-27. Mari Owens brings it across, stretches it across. Looks like a man-to-man by Douglass. Owens cut off by Busen. down the lane, hanging, and it rolls out, rebounded by Logan Busen. He is triple teamed, and now comes out of there, leads it out to Tate Robinson. And a steal by Amari Owens. Just took it away from him.
That was so fast, I barely could tell he did it. Oh.
Tried to pass it over to Adams, or somebody back tapped it. I'm not sure.
No, I think Adams, you kind of get used to Owens going to the basket, and I thought he made the perfect read. Adams has to catch that. He has to be ready to catch it.
6:35 in the third quarter in front of a packed house here at Catholic. Surratt to the basket, loses the handle on. Tayshawn Adams tries to lead it out to his teammate. Burton, he loses it. Comes over to Surratt. DeMarcus Surratt, and timeout called by Douglas. 6:18 to go, and you've got some further stats to give us. Who was leading the rebounding in the first half? Did we talk about
both Owens and Adams for Bryan Station had 6 each. Busen and Surratt both had 4. Also found out information, 1987 was the last time 2 Lexington schools played for the Lexington Catholic Christmas Tournament title. Now, since I graduated in 88, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was Michael Allen and Bryan Station.
Good guess.
Against Alan McCowan and Henry Clay.
Okay.
I don't know that for a fact.
That's a good guess.
But I know Allen, God rest his soul, played with him at Georgetown. He graduated in 88, same as me, and I know Mike graduated in 89. So I'm going to say that Allen's senior year and Mike's junior year is the last time we did that.
Spin move, blocked, and the big fella came over and said, get that out of here.
Yeah,
Antoine Burton.
Smart play with 3 fouls.
Yep. And Mario Owens trying to pass it over the left side to Richmond, threw it away.
Do you think Owens sometimes tries to get going so fast? I thought he was a little sped up there where he just a simple little jump shot, kicked it over there to Richmond, who was sitting dead ready in the corner.
Saxton Howard's in the house, one of the leading scorers in the region.
Oh,
to the basket, and what a block by Adams.
Kind of baited him into that, too.
Faulkner working down to come over to Richmond. Richmond is jumper and knocks it down. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity, the soup and the sandwich.
You know, that's about the 3rd time that Richmond's fired that shot fake out there. That is a move that is not utilized enough in basketball anymore.
That got his fans fired up.
Yes. Big bucket, too.
Yeah. Cut it down to single digits.
All you have to do is have that guy just barely leave his feet.
Yep.
Now you're playing 5-on-4.
You're right. Richmond's free throw, and it's no good. Rebound, a long rebound taken by Travis Jones. He gives to Kaysen. Goes now to Robinson, banks it up and in. Tate Robinson's having a great ball game.
Under lots of duress.
He's in double figures now. Tate Robinson is. 40-29, the lead back to 11. Just as Richmond got a 3-point opportunity, they come right back, and Robinson said, I knew better. Comes over left side, Adams. He puts up Faulkner, won't go, and rebounded by Busen. Busen's a good rebounder.
Yes, so thick and strong and very smart basketball IQ.
Spins, comes over right side, wide open, and shot put up and tapped up, no, by Kaysen. Off the knee it goes, off of Tate Robinson. I tell you what, looking at what Terry Kaysen, he can fly, he can get up. He almost tipped that one in.
From about 6 feet above the goals, what it looked like. But Busen made such a great play, Gary. Drew the defense and threw it back over his shoulder. I mean, linebackers aren't supposed to be able to do that, Gary.
That almost looked like that Lionel the Walk. Do you remember that Lionel the Walk dunk down at Rep Arena years ago?
Oh, gosh. That was
nasty.
Yeah, that's being kind.
Yeah. Richmond. Right, he was bummed. Throws it up. It rolls out. Rebounded by Robinson. And down. And we're going to have a foul called as going down hard. And that was Burton. And there's going to be a foul called on Douglas.
Yeah, that was on Kaysen. Yeah, Burton got in the air, and I just kind of bumped him a little bit. I don't think there was any anything to that. Just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. Sometimes that happens.
Gets it down low, hanging up, banking no good, and he sticks it back on the stick back by who else? Amari Owens. You put the shot up. He's so quick, he went up, got it as it rolled off, banked it in.
It was like the Moses Malone. Oh, boy.
A shot put up and in by Jonte Jenkins. Man.
I've been really impressed with him.
And Amari Owens was held as it went down, and that's going to be called on Dakari Talbert. He didn't like the call, but Owens, he had, 14 at halftime? Yeah, Amari Owens had 14 at halftime.
You know, he's so kind of herky-jerky in his moves, and he's so strong and so fast. He is very difficult to officiate for. I mean that as a compliment. He's going to draw contact, and he's so strong that he doesn't lose the ball. Man, he's some kind of player.
Brunley Fawn checks in for Bryan Station. Also checking in is Monte Ashford. And the second one, no good. And free throws is his Achilles heel. We said that at the pregame. Amari Owens.
Oh,
good
great look.
pass. Shot put up and in. Nicely done by James Clary. Biggest lead, 13.
Yeah, great look by Talbert there. Looked off the defense.
Amari Owens gets it. That's what he does so well. He throws it up. He misses it. He goes back and gets it, banks it home. Nobody can stop him. That's 20 for Owens now.
At least.
Shot rolls off there as it was put up by Jenkins. Here goes Amari Owens. Shot won't go. Battles for it and have a foul called on Owens.
That's a great play by Clary. He came over like he was going to take the charge, and Owens stopped.
No, the foul went on Fawn.
This is before that, where he caused Owens to stutter just a little bit. He short-armed what should have been an easy shot.
Working across is Tate Robinson. He's had a good game tonight. Robinson angles right side on Fawn and fades away, and it rolls off. Rebounded by, coming out there with it, is Ashford. Monte Ashford. Three-pointer out of the corner. No good by Richmond. Picked up by Fawn. He's battling down low, and he's going to be fouled on the reach. We'll wait and see. They might have caught. They might have caught Kaysen.
We're starting to get a few fouls here.
Clary.
It's been a pretty clean game to be such big rivals in such an important game. But 4 games in 4 days, at some point, fatigue has to sit in, right?
Exactly right. There's Owens, knocks down the three.
Well, he starts doing that. It's just not a fair fight.
No, it's not. 44-36. Lead is 8 for Frederick Douglass here in the third quarter. 2:35 to go in the third. They get it over to Robinson. Out top, they swing it to Kaysen. He gets it over to Jenkins. Almost a steal. Kaysen gets it over to Robinson. Lets a three fly. Got it!
Just looks good the whole way. They know where to find him, too. That's a great job by his teammates.
Tate Robinson. There's down low. Owens puts it up and in. And we got a foul called.
Clary came over late.
Wow.
To draw the charge. We were blocked off up here, but now that is the Amari Owens that I really, really like. There was nothing that was herky-jerky about that. It was under control.
Right.
Got to the rim, made a great spin move. That's the real dangerous Amari Owens.
Yep.
You know, we don't have a whole lot of seniors in this game. A whole heck of a lot of juniors.
Jenkins is the lone senior starter except for Busen for Douglas. You're right. A lot of underclassmen.
These two teams will be right back here next year.
47-39 on the play by Owens. Working across. Jenkins gives to Busen on Fawn. Brunley Fawn. Busen brings it out on him. Top of the circle, minute 48 to go. Third quarter. Talbert out front. Jenkins screaming for the ball. Get it to Busen. But he could get it to go Robinson. That's a great move.
Great set.
Fon gets it to Amari Owens.
Little screen across there for Robinson.
Owens gets it on the left side, and a shot put up no good. And rebound by Busen.
You just can't make one, Gary.
That was Blake Young with that shot. Dakari Talbert. Axum, I mean. Shot off.
He's got his feet they were not set. He wrong-footed himself.
50 seconds to go in the third. Amari Owens crossing over down the lane. Scoops it up and in with the left hand.
Yeah, you're not stopping that either.
47-41. Talbert goes to Busen, puts it up and in. Busen.
Gary, I'm really impressed with Dakari Talbert. He's always been a good player, but I think he's added some things to his arsenal. He's shooting the ball better this year, and he's really doing a good job of distributing the basketball.
And Surratt's ready to check in for Robinson.
Got a good rest for Surratt. He was out a good 5-6 minutes of game time.
DeMarcus Surratt, he's the leading scorer in Douglas's team. 16 points a ball game. Oh. 29 seconds. They give it over left side. Comes to Ashford. Ashford out to Owens. Champ calling the play. Amari Owens knows what play he's running.
Champ's been around the block a couple times or two, so.
In the corner, and a high arcing three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Douglas. Jenkins gets it out to Surratt. He lines up a three. Back of the rim, no. Axum throws
Not
it
again.
up. Half court, and it banks off of there. No good. 49-41. As Douglas will take a lead into the fourth quarter. I tell you, you got to get excited about this ball game because it's pretty up and down. We'll be back after this on PrepSpin. Gary Ball, Tony Wise back at the White Greer Maggard Holiday Tournament. Axum tries to go in the corner to Owens, kicked out of bounds by Surratt. 49-41, Tony. Fourth quarter action.
Yeah, we've got a little 1-3-1 action here from Douglas, looks like to me. Got tired of Amari Owens taking the ball to the basket. 12 of their 14 points in that quarter.
Here's a steal, drive down, and a dunk by Case, and that's his third tonight.
Yeah, that was a real sloppy pass by Axum, trying to throw it across the court. Let's see if they stay this 1-3-1 here.
Yep. Catholic played a 1-2-2 and kept Owens, but he still got in the lane. He's got 26 points right now, and three-pointer short, front of the iron.
Bryan Station now 1 of 9 from the three.
And here's a steal, taken away by Clary. No, by Ashford. Shot won't go, and rebound at Surratt.
He just jumped over Adams that time.
Talbert knocks down the three. Dakari Talbert.
His second of the night.
Owens throws it up and in. He's fouled. 28 points. 54-43.
That makes Douglas 7 of 16 from the three. Bryan Station now is 1 of 9. And as you well know, I think the bigger floor helps Bryan Station at EKU. But how many jump shots have gone to die down there?
Yep. So Owens trying to complete and he does. Good free throw. Knocks it down. 54-44. 10-point lead for Frederick Douglass. 6:50 to go in the ball game. Surratt. Back tap by Owens. And then Adams out front. Gives it back to Amari. He drives in, lays it up and in on the right side. I believe that's what, 30? 30 points. Working down low and no good. And a follow dunk by Surratt. Surratt follows up with a dunk. Got a full timeout. 56-46. This is down on the other end. Adams gave to Owens for a layup. Then back came the other way, and Surratt followed up that miss with a dunk.
That's one of the things when you have shot blockers, that they're so aggressive in trying to block the shot. When they go to help, they leave their man, and Surratt at that moment took full advantage. Just a little, some stats here. Like I said, Owens had 12 of their 14 in the third quarter. Tate Robinson leads Frederick Douglass with 15 now. He had 8 in the third quarter. He's 3 of 6 from the three, right on his average for the year. Nobody else is in double digits, but you have Jenkins with 8. Surratt has 7. Now he has 9.
Yep.
So Bryan Station is really if you look at the total rebounds, it's only 29-27, but Bryan Station has had 12 offensive rebounds, and Frederick Douglass has 7, but they've only had 2 in the last 2 quarters, one each. Neither team is shooting the ball great. As I mentioned, 1 of 8 from the three-point line for Bryan Station, 1 of 9 now. And Frederick Douglass is 7 of 16. That is a difference in the game. And the 2 big things, the end of the first quarter by Bryan Station and Burton getting his 3rd foul. It was a 2-point game when he went out.
Yep, that's a good point. 56-46. The lead is 10 for Douglass with Bryan Station getting the basketball. Now, they extended that pressure, 1-2-2, full court pressure.
I love it, mixing it up, giving them different looks, slowing them. Sometimes you don't have to press to turn people over. You can press to slow them down. 1-3-1 for Douglass.
Owens to Burton. Gets it to Richmond, throws it away to Busen. Lead out it comes, and Talbot blocked. And then blocked from behind and picked back up by Talbot. Going to the basket strong, and that's going to be Jenkins. He's fouled, but I tell you what, a flurry of activity.
Yeah, Dakari Talbot, he is. I've always liked him, but I like him even more this year. He went up, got the shot blocked, got another shot blocked by Bryan Station, and then stole the ball after the rebound. Non-stop effort. Well, that 42nd district tournament's going to be something. I think Scott County's a little down this year. Sayre I haven't seen play, but I know Bob does a good job over there. Then you've got Henry Clay, who's pretty good, and you have these two teams. So
that's
man,
right. 42nd,
buckle up those semifinals.
43rd is wide open this year with Catholic, LCA, and Tate's Creek, and Lafayette and Dunbar. It's wide open.
That's one of those. Somebody's going to have to beat Lexington Catholic, though.
Here's a lead out. Dakari Talbot knocked away, and a foul's going to be called. And it's going to be called on Faulkner. Talbot didn't like that.
Well, he leaned in and created contact, which is a great, smart play. And not sure he liked getting smacked across the face, but he's going to the free throw line. This is where you make him pay.
He's a tough little kid, isn't he? Free throw up and in. There's
He faked 5 and nobody's in there. That's funny.
Yeah. And he gets one from Jenkins, so at least somebody did come and give him 5.
I think Murray Garvin's seen enough man-to-man tonight and Amari Owens, so here comes the zone.
Tate Robinson still on the bench.
Still 1-3-1.
Owens.
So what the 1-3-1 does with a really good guard is anywhere you go, you have help. Even if Talbot gets beat like they did there, Travis was right there for the help side.
Comes out Faulkner. That three-pointer misses badly. And
one for 10.
Comes over now to Takari Talbot down low.
What a great play.
Misses the dunk. And that's going to be off of Bryan Station. Who made that play?
Burton again with the block dunk of Surratt. I love the aggressive on both kids. Can you imagine if these two teams played it 5 times? Like I said, I don't. Great Crossing's going to have a lot to say about that. But if they play a 4th time, I might have to come see that. My goodness.
Travis Jones in the corner, and that shot won't go by Jenkins. A follow-up of it in by Clary.
Both of them have played 4 games in 4 days, but Frederick Douglass does look like the fresher team. They're just a half a step quicker.
Mari Owens and throws it up and in. He's fouled before the shot.
Talbot pushed him right into the help, and then he reached in and he keeps complaining. I don't know why he's complaining. He did everything right until he reached in.
Owens. How many you got for Owens? 30, 31?
He's got to be up there 30, 32 at this point.
So he's got almost half the points.
But
a little bit more balance for Douglass.
Yeah, Bryan Station has got to have somebody else play offense.
Long 3, bullseye. Cuts it down to 11. So he's got 34 unofficially. 4:24 to go in the ball game. 60-49 Douglass. We're back at Lexington Catholic. 4:24 to go in the ball game, and Douglass holds on to a 60-49 lead. Bryan Station ranked 2nd in the state. Douglass ranked 4th. So the number 4 team leads number 2. 4:24 to go in the ball game. DeMarcus Surratt got it in backcourt. He's working back there on Girton. Brings it across. Kicks it over to now to his teammate, Dakari Talbot. Talbot works on Richmond. Backs it out of there. Looks like they might milk some clock. Kicks
way
it
too much time. They better keep playing.
Shot put up and in.
Right on cue. Travis Jones.
Jones, yes. Steal by DeMarcus Surratt. And let's see what the call is. Going to be a reaching foul on Station.
Again, Owens just getting a little too quick, a little frustrated, trying to make a little too much happen with 3:52 to go.
I tell you,
in the game.
He's not a big guy. They list him at 6'1", Owens, maybe 5'11", But I tell you what,
He
gets
plays
a lot
bigger, doesn't he?
Gets it done with that frame, doesn't he? He's got 34 unofficially. We'll check with WO stats next break and see how many they got Mr. Owens with. And Tate Robinson's back in there. Gets it high key. Comes over to the left side. Three-pointer, back of the rim, no good. Rebounded, get it out to Gurton. Lobs it right side. And what a block by Surratt, and a foul is called on Surratt as he went up and tried to block the big guy for Bryan Station Burton.
Tell you what, I've been very impressed with Douglas's activity. Those kids play hard. Coach Garvin has done a marvelous job up until this point.
Yep. He's looking at his bench right now. Who's deciding he's going to get Busen back in there.
Bring the guy that's played in the state semifinals.
Yep. Free throw, too strong. That's been a Achilles heel for Bryan Station all season long. They
free throws and three-point shots.
Yep.
And you've heard me say it before, Gary, that the defense wins championships is nonsense. If you can't score, you can only go so far.
And usually that's not very far. Free throw connected by Antoine Burton. 62-50. That's still in striking distance with the three-pointer. That's only what?
And Station's pressure. 2 or 3 quick turnovers. You never know.
Tate Robinson gets it in play. Come over to Jones. Back it goes to Talbert.
Better get it out of there.
Free throw line jumper, nothing but net.
Big bucket for Douglas. Talbert is one fearless cat, isn't he?
Yep. He doesn't care they're playing number 2 in this state, does he? Owens. Over goes Richmond, lets a 3 go. That's an air ball. Tate Robinson rebounds for Douglas. 2:50 to go in the ball game. 64-50. Douglas just 2:45 away from winning this White Greer Maggard tournament.
Zone. When we went to the zone at just the right time, Bryan Station only has 9 points this quarter.
Jones stolen away. There goes Owens to the basket, up and in. He's fouled. He'll get the bucket and go to the foul will be called on Jones, and Amari Owens gets the bucket. And how many points for Amari Owens do we have, WL stats? Is that 36? That was Richmond. Missed it. Rebounded by Busen. Jenkins. Three-pointer won't go for Tate Robinson. Rebounded by Logan Busen. Down low, hanging off the glass, up and in. Nice shot there made by Jonte Jenkins. 66-52. I've got Amari Owens with 36, but that could be wrong, Tony.
He has a bunch. He and Adams have the majority of Bryan Station's points. If you're going to win in March, you need it. You've always seen it in the regional tournaments. You've always seen it in the state tournaments. It's the 1 or 2 kids that come up with 8 or 10 points that you just didn't see happening.
Free throw won't go for Amari Owens, and back in.
Yeah, be tough for Bryan Station at this point, down 14 with 2 minutes to go. Very impressed with Douglas. I now know. I now understand why they played Great Crossing so close. This, in my opinion, somebody's going to have to beat Great Crossing, being the defending champ, having most everybody back.
Yep.
Somebody's going to have to beat them. It's theirs to be taken away, but both of these teams are very dangerous.
You got to stop 7-footer Malachi Marino, and they also got Vince Dawson and The guard back, the other guard. Who's that now?
Hey, I'm all back.
Yep.
Except I just went blank.
Yeah, I did too.
I just went blank.
Minute 49 to go. And
Godfrey.
yeah, got timeout called by Douglas. 66-53. We'll be back on PrepSpin. Minute 49 to go. Some of the crowd starting to thin out, Tony, and 66-53 Douglas. Douglas is trying to move to 10-2. Bryan Station will drop to 11-2.
Right about where they should be. I would say they both have pretty good productive Christmases, no matter how this might turn out.
Faulkner gives it to Owens, spinning between the legs. Owens fade away. Blocked, and then a foul is going to be called on Tate Robinson.
Yeah, no foul, just out of bounds.
Okay.
I thought he had called a foul too.
Okay. Usually when you see Owens going to the basket, you get a foul.
He does shoot a lot of free throws. Just think how much he would average if he could shoot better than.
He'd have 40 points if he shot better free throws. He has 35 in this game.
He only shoots 52% from the free throw line.
Spinning down low, throws around, it goes in. It counts. 66-55. Goes back to Kaysen. Back goes to Talbert. Goes to Robinson. Back to Dakari. To the basket. Lays it up. No. Tapped up. No. Tapped up again. No. As battling down there was Jenkins. Could get either one to go. Amari Owens to the basket. Loses a handle on it.
Ooh.
And he's fouled.
I thought, just my opinion there, Gary, but I thought Kaysen was set there. Of course, I'm way up here.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was set, but it doesn't matter. 66-55. Owens at the line. He's got 37 points. I mean, he's going to have 40 points. It's not much effort. He misses that one.
Have 50, make free throws consistently.
Yeah. He is a player, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. And only a junior.
Yep, leads the region in scoring, 28 a game. He'll up that a little bit tonight. This will be for his 38th. He makes it. 66-56, under a minute to play. Robinson, Jenkins, Surratt, Talbert, and back in the game was Travis Jones. That's a 5 for Douglas, Frederick Douglas. In the middle of Jones. He'll take it, lay it up, no, and rebounded by Richmond. He has it knocked away. Gets it over the left side. There's Faulkner, line it up. The bullseye. Big three-pointer by Faulkner. You said they were 1 for 9 or something like that?
They're like 2 for 12 at this point.
Something like that. He got that one to go at 66-59, but they need a couple more, Tony.
Yep, only down to 7 with 40 seconds to go. He took out Owens. They hit a 3, brings Owens back in here with Frederick Douglas having to go full court. Get a sloppy possession here, a turnover, and they bang another 3. Now it might be a little panic time.
Hey, King.
Yeah, that's the one thing, Gary, about these two teams, because they put so much pressure on you on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
You're going to have to play all 32 minutes. You can't take any time off because it's just unrelenting.
Yeah. That was a full timeout. So 66-59. Douglas with the 7-point lead. And what a game tonight by Mari Owens. What we got for Owens? 37? 38. No, thank you very much. 38 from WL. 38 for Owens.
If it's not, that's got to be close to a tournament championship record.
Yeah, I bet it is.
And there have been some really good players play here.
And you brought us some really good points tonight, Tony. I'm impressed.
I was a little rusty. I haven't watched much basketball. It's golf season. It's always golf season.
That's right. You're always golfing. You won a tournament, didn't you?
No, I've took a couple months off here.
I mean, last year.
Yeah, won a couple. I'd like to win a couple more.
I'd like to see you win a couple more.
I'm okay with that, Gary.
Jenkins puts it in play to Dakari Talbert. He dribbled it high.
Ooh, that was almost
a turnover. Gets it now to Tate Robinson. Back it comes to Jones. He's going to be fouled.
If I was Murray Garvin, I'd be like, Tate, I think you might want to hold on. Let's let them foul you.
He's a good free throw shooter.
75%, but he's only shot 4 on the year.
Yeah.
See, Bryan Station only has 4 fouls.
Robinson gets it double team. Gets it over to DeMarcus Surratt. He's fouled.
They still have 2 to give.
Right. 25 seconds to go. And this White Greer Maggard tournament will be decided. It looks like Frederick Douglass.
Oh, see, there's the new rules. On the 5th foul, you shoot two free throws.
Yep.
I'm still in the bonus mode.
So Surratt puts it up and in.
Take 4 years off. I guess rules change every now and then.
Well, they change up. That's right. That's right.
I actually did know that rule. I just had forgotten.
67-59. Free throw good. 68-59. 25 seconds to go in the ball game. Tony's been great working with you again here on the broadcast.
Always.
Owens fires a 3. Got it. Mari Owens with 41 points. It's 68-62 with 41 points.
I'll tell you this, though. With what Douglas has thrown at him with fresh people and through the zone they popped on him here, the zones that popped on him here in this fourth quarter, he's earned them.
Yes.
It hasn't come easy.
That's right. We'll be back on PrepSpin. Back here, Lexington Catholic for the final 17 seconds. 68-62. Douglas looking to put it in play. Come to Talbert, and he's going to be fouled very quickly by Ashford. This will send Dakari Talbert. He's a sophomore, good-looking sophomore. Frederick.
He is 18 for 20 going into tonight from the free throw line. 90% free throw shooter. So I'm going to say this is who they wanted.
I believe Talbot played football as well, didn't he? Gets a free throw to roll in.
Imagine him being a little slot wide receiver.
I think he was a running back. It might have been a receiver.
That'd be more dangerous.
Might have been a receiver. Talbot, second one up and in. 70-62. 16.6 seconds in the ball game. Mari Owens gets it, streaks down, crossing over, down the middle, and throws it up, and he's got 43. Down to 8 seconds. Talbert's going to be fouled with 5 seconds. Dakari Talbert. He's fouled there immediately by Justin Richmond.
I will say this. kudos to Bryan Station. They could have packed it in a couple times to battle back and fight within 6, but the score is very misleading. I thought at the end of the first quarter, and then when Burton got when Burton got his 3rd foul, the game kind of flipped on its head. And Douglas has been in control pretty much since then, anywhere from 7, 8 points to 14 or 15 points.
Kaysen in and Busen out. Busen, good job on the boards, good defense. Solid game tonight for.
He's always solid.
4 seconds. Maury Owens throws it up and won't go. He had 41 points, but that's not enough. Douglas, 72. Bryan Station, 64, as Douglas wins the White Greer Maggot Holiday Tournament. And your thoughts, Tony, before we wrap it up?
I'm very impressed with Douglas. They played very well together as a team. They play on both ends. I thought going to the zone at the beginning of the 4th quarter, Station had cut it back to 8 at the end of the quarter. Got them out 5 or 6 points on top to extend their lead. And the bottom line, congratulations to Douglas. But the funny thing is, in the big scheme of things, this game doesn't mean a whole lot when it becomes between these two teams, not only region rivals, but 42nd district rivals.
43 for Maury Owens. Let's give the final stats before we wrap it up here, Tony. Go ahead.
Okay. Amari Owens, 29 shots to get 43 points. He took 15 free throws, 8 of 15 from the line. He also had 9 rebounds. Tayshawn Adams, 11 points, 7 rebounds. Justin Richmond had 4. Rashad Faulkner and Antoine Burton, 3 each. Douglas really went to war to Gary on the in the last quarter. It was 29-27 Bryan Station at the end of the 3rd quarter in rebounds. Douglas ends up with 38-34 rebound advantage for Douglas. 4 guys in double figures. Tate Robinson, who did not score in the 4th quarter.
Yep.
And
he had 8 in the 3rd.
Yes, he did. And Dakari Talbert, both with 15 points. Juante Jenkins with 13. DeMarcus Surratt with 11. James Clary with 7, including a 70-foot bank shot at the end of the 3rd quarter.
That came back and rolled back in.
Terry Kaysen with 2 monster dunks in his 4 points. Travis Jones
had
added 4.
3 of them, I think.
And Logan Busen with 3 points, but also 8 rebounds. DeMarcus Surratt added 9 rebounds. In the second half, Douglas shot 13 of 32. Bryan Station 14 of 29. And again, Bryan Station ended up 4 of 14, but at one point was 1 of 11. They made their last 3 3-point shots. Frederick Douglass, 7 of 19, 13 of 21 from the free throw line for 62%. Bryan Station, 10 of 22 from the free throw line for only 45.5%. Now, I do think both these teams will get better. Bryan Station, you just kind of put the ball in the basket, Gary. I mean, you've got to shoot it better. You have to make your free throws. And I mean, you're getting to the line 22 times a game.
Dakari Talbert got the MVP.
He was awful good tonight.
Maury Owens had 43 points, and with Tony Wise, thank you, Tony, the king of stream, William Warfield. Final score, 72-64, Frederick Douglass over Lexington Bryan Station. And join us for high school sports basketball throughout the basketball season here on PrepSpin. So long from Lexington Catholic.